When it comes to fuzz and vibe, there's one question that gets asked every time, and that is, should you have the fuzz in front of the vibe or the vibe in front of the fuzz? Now, I think the easy answer to this question is really just try it for yourself and figure out what you like. But there's clear differences, and I thought I'd just show you that, and then I want to talk about something completely different but related, because there is something special about the Uni-Vibe preamp that allows for completely new different sounds that most people never talk about, but I think it warrants its own little video. So here we go. On the table in front of me, we have a DOVRE in a lovely green, a sort of khaki matte green thing that is available now. You can get it through the link in description. There'll be links for the other ones too. So there's a FREI, this is all new, lovely thing with OTAs instead of LDRs. Should watch the other videos on that. And then another DOVRE. So we have here a Fuzz Vibe Fuzz sandwich, which is a lovely thing. And one of the reasons I originally made the DOVRE is to have it after a vibe, so I could have a different fuzz in front of it. More on that later. But yeah, let's first hear them in front and in the back. So let's see that. Now, the DOVREs are identical, okay? So something happens when you stick the vibe in front of the fuzz, and that's the interesting part here, because having the fuzz first, that gives you the classic sort of Jimmy way to do it, a very loud, abrasive, unhinged fuzz vibe combo. Beautiful stuff. That's what I like. That's what I usually go for. Beautiful cleanup. I haven't shown you that yet, but we will look at that because that's important. And it does everything you want. If you want to have the fuzz after, it makes everything more mild. The vibe is milder and the fuzz is milder, and the combo is also equally milder. I think both are valid. And this is why this sort of fuzz vibe, fuzz sandwich is so interesting. But there's something else. I didn't show you the cleanup. So let's look at that. Now, cleanup refers to just lowering the guitar's volume control. Mine is getting scratchy, so sorry about that. It's old. But yeah, usually when you have something in between the guitar and the fuzz, a different pedal, it'll dampen that effect. But with the Uni-Vibe preamp, something magical happens. Let's hear it. Let's turn the depth on the modulator all the way down. It's still clean. Isn't that lovely? Let's hear it. It's not identical in tone, but it's just as useful in tone. meaning you have that whole sort of expanded dynamic range thing that the Fuzz Face gives you access to, where you can have a really loud and really sort of melting compressed lead tone, and then quickly turn it back and you have this glassy bell-like clean tone, and that's beautiful. But it also means that if you have something else in front of it, such as is the case here, let's say you put the DOVRE in front and then you use the reverb. This is what happens. Let's and then let's hear what happens when you engage the Uni-Vibe in between. This is the real trick that I've been alluding to. So let's hear it. That's clean now. Listen to what happens when you put a modern circuit in front of it. It's no longer clean, right? But with the vibe, so yeah, that means that you can now operate the Fuzz Face downstream from something else as if it were first in line. And I think that's really lovely, because something like the DOVRE that has the reverb in after the fuzz, if you stick something else after it, you can get that reverb into the fuzz thing, which is beautiful for sort of shoegazy stuff, but it can get sort of out of hand. But engaging that means you can then sort of reel it back in and regain control over the fuzz, like the remote control that I'm always going on about. So let's hear that. So yeah, as you saw, it doesn't work as well in the vibrato mode, and that has to do with the phasing of the signals that happens in the chorus mode, because that sort of thins out the sound a little bit, and alongside the impedance mismatching that's happening inside of these pedals, you get that super effect. And so that's just something to consider. I think it's a lovely addition. This essentially means you could have Fuzz Face after whatever, behaving like a Fuzz Face, and just use the Uni-Vibe for that specific purpose. It almost warrants just being its own little thing that you just stick in front of something. Maybe you should build it into a Fuzz Face to achieve that. That would be cool too. But yeah. So yeah, I think, you know, the real answer to the question is fuzz before vibe or after vibe. Both please. So that's it for now. Get on these, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.